Well, all these days we have been discussing the first module that is regarding action of fluid at rest, that is fluid statics. We know that fluid mechanics has been divided into two, that is fluid statics and fluid dynamics. Fluid dynamics deals with the motion of fluids. So, first module dealt with fluid statics. Now, the second module, move on to the second module, that is action of fluid in motion. So this can be divided into two, that is fluid kinematics and fluid dynamics. The difference between fluid kinematics and fluid dynamics. Fluid kinematics deals with the motion of fluid, but it does not consider the force causing the flow. Whereas fluid dynamics, it also deals with the motion of fluid, but it does not consider the force causing the flow. So difference between fluid kinematics and dynamics is kinematics considers the force. Kinematics does not consider the force causing the flow, whereas dynamics considers the force causing the flow. So dynamics means it deals with the motion of fluid particles, but it considers the force producing the flow, whereas fluid kinematics means it does not consider the force producing the flow. Okay, and in the case of fluid kinematics, it deals with the study of velocity and acceleration of liquid particles in a flow. Whereas in fluid dynamics, its application helps us to study the flow through pipes, channels, and orifices, etc. So you have to clearly differentiate kinematics and dynamics. Kinematics does not consider the force producing the motion, whereas dynamics considers the force causing or force producing the motion of flow. Okay. Now I will discuss the types of fluid flow. Different types of fluid flow are available. Now first one is steady and unsteady flow, uniform and non-uniform flow, laminar and turbulent flow, compressible and incompressible flow, rotational and irrotational flow, 1, 2 and 3 dimensional flows. Okay, you will go one by one. First one is steady and unsteady flow. Okay, steady flow is a flow in which fluid characteristics like velocity, pressure and density, etc. at a point do not change with respect to time. That means steady flow, the characteristics of fluid such as velocity, pressure and density is independent of time. It can be mathematically expressed as dV by dt, that is rate of change of velocity with respect to time is equal to 0, or change of density with respect to time is 0, d rho by dt. Then pressure with respect to change of pressure with respect to time, that is dP by dt is equal to 0. That means that the characteristics velocity, pressure, density at a point does not change irrespective of the time. Okay. Or in general or in short, we can say that the quantity of fluid flow does not change with respect to the quantity of flow does not change with respect to time. If you check these characteristics such as velocity, pressure and density at a point in a pipe or a conduit at different times, the value will remain the same. In the case of unsteady flow, here the velocity, fluid velocity, pressure or density at a point changes with respect to time. That means it is dependent on the time. As the time passes by or as the time changes, these characteristics changes at a point in a pipe or conduit. So from mathematically dV by dt not equal to 0, d rho by dt not equal to 0 and dP by dt not equal to 0. That means these characteristics changes with respect to time in the case of unsteady flow. Okay, next one is some diagrams have been given. On the top one you can see the steady flow. That image shows in the left hand and right hand side, that is now and future. That means at present and in the future time, if we check the velocity, pressure and density, there is no change in value from both sides. This one and this one, no change in the value. Okay, from the arrow-headed lines we can see that there is no change. But let's see the bottom one. In this image, the left one shows the length of arrow-headed lines are different from the one shown in the right. That means the velocity, pressure, density is not the same as what is shown now and what is shown for the future. That means as the time changes, this value changes. On the left hand side, there is some change in value. Okay. Now the next type is uniform and non-uniform flow. In the case of uniform flow, the velocity at a given velocity, pressure and density, we can say velocity at a given time does not change with respect to space or point. That is length of direction of the flow. You can see that here the changes are checked with respect to space or position. That means if you consider a pipe or a conduit, and if you check the values of velocity, pressure, density at different points in the pipe at a time, the value will not change. That is dV by dc, ds equal to 0, or d rho by ds equal to 0, or dp by ds. That means with respect to its position or space, these values remains constant, or these values do not change at a particular time. That is why t is given constant. Okay, next one is non-uniform flow. Here the velocity at any time changes with respect to space. Here we can see that from point to point, from position to position, the velocity, pressure, density changes at a time. If you make checks, or if you check the values of velocity, pressure, density at different points at a time, we can see that these values change. For here it is dependent on the space. As the space or point changes from one point to another, this value changes. That is dv by d is not equal to 0, d rho by d is not equal to 0, dp by d is not equal to 0. T is also constant, okay, at a particular time. This next one, you can see this image of uniform flow. On the left side you can see that there is no change in the direction of velocity. Here we can see that direction of change of velocity takes place. This one will be more clearer to you. Okay, the uniform flow on the top side, no change in the values of velocity. Same arrowheaded lines are shown here, but in the bottom one, okay, you can see two types of arrowhead lines are there. Bottom one and the top one has some difference. The bottom ones are shorter than the top one. That means the velocity changes the rest of space. As the space changes, the velocity from here to here, the velocity changes. That shows non-uniform flow. The value of velocity changes from point to point, or position to position, or it is dependent on the space. Next one is laminar flow. When the fluid particles flow, they follow a path. Okay, that path is called a streamline. They are fluid particles flow in a well-defined path, and these paths are called streamline. In a laminar flow, in the case of laminar flow, this path or these streamlines are straight and parallel. That means in a laminar flow, fluid particles move in layers. Generally, these fluid particles normally they move in layers. One layer gliding or sliding smoothly over the adjacent layer. That is what happens when liquid flows. Okay, when all the streamlines are straight and parallel, the paths of individual particles, that means streamlines, do not cross each other. This type of flow is called a laminar or streamline flow. In laminar or streamline flow, the streamlines are straight and parallel, they do not cross each other. Okay. Next type is turbulent flow. Here the flow is characterized by random, erratic, unpredictable zigzag motion of the fluid particles. That means the fluid particles do not travel in streamlines, or do not travel in paths parallel to each other. Here they may cross each other, or they may collide each other. Chance there that these particles may collide each other. In doing so, they may lose energy. Our example of turbulent flow is all the flows in streams or rivers. We have seen that whatever we see in the real life, the flows in rivers, or in small streams, the flow will be turbulent. There won't be any laminar flow. That means the fluid particles may cross each other, or they may collide each other. You can see that sometimes they may rotate. If you have seen on the roads, some vehicles or something collide each other, they may tend to rotate. Similarly, the fluid particles, if they collide each other, they may tend to rotate. You have seen the swirls, okay, or eddy, we call it as, technically we call it as eddies are formed due to this turbulent flow. Now the velocity corresponding to the change from laminar to turbulent flow in a pipe is called critical velocity. Velocity at which flow changes from laminar to turbulent flow in a pipe is called critical velocity. I will discuss it about later, because we have to consider another term, that is Reynolds number. When we discuss Reynolds number, we will have more idea about critical velocity. Okay. These are some images of laminar and turbulent flow. You can see that on the top, the lines are straight and parallel. No chance of them being colliding each other. Then, okay, no collision at all. They move in straight and parallel path. No crossover also. But in the turbulent, we can see in the bottom one, they collide or they cross over each other. That's the difference between laminar and turbulent flow. Okay, most of the liquid flows are turbulent. Laminar flow is very rare, because it happens only in the flow of viscous liquids. Example, honey and all, they are very viscous, and that type in that when that liquid viscous liquid flow, the laminar flow may happen. Okay, and as the blood flow through our veins is also supposed to be laminar. These are some special cases in which laminar flow takes place. Okay. Next one is compressible and incompressible flow. Here, in compressible flow, density of the fluid changes from point to point. Density means mass by volume. So you have learned that compressible fluid and incompressible fluid. Incompressible fluid means when we apply some force or pressure, the volume changes. For all the gas are considered to be compressible. The volume of gas changes when we apply some force. Whereas incompressible flow, the density of fluid does not change from point to point. The density remains constant for the fluid. That is incompressible flow. Incompressible fluid means its density, that means or mass by volume, or its volume. Mass is constant always. Volume does not change with when we apply some force or pressure on it. So all the liquids are considered to be incompressible. All the gas are considered to be compressible.